Hi there, my name's Jane Anderson. I've spent the last 20 plus years working with people to help them to really articulate their value, to have greater influence, and to really elevate their communications, whether they've been in their own practice, whether they've been leaders in organisations, or whether they're business owners. So I've essentially worked across small business, I've been in HR, in government, I've ran training departments for really large organisations, and for the last 10 years I've run my practice working with people who are experts in their field and helping them to communicate their value to grow their businesses. So I'm essentially a strategic communications expert. So what does that mean? It means I work across the remit of communications. So whether it's marketing communications to help people, buy your programs, whether it's doing videos for social media or content for social media, thought leadership, ebooks, speaking on stages, or whether it's content for intranet platforms and building tribes, you name it, that's across the entire remit that I work with. So I say that my absolute obsession is helping people to elevate themselves, to elevate their positioning, to elevate their branding, to elevate their marketing, to elevate their sales, to be able to grow their practices, grow their businesses, and really lift them and help them to go to that next level and be world class. So I say, well, what makes me a little bit different to work with? So I'm a certified speaking professional. I speak at conferences most weeks. I've written 7 books. I've won a lot of awards. So things like, certified, best coach globally. You'll see them on the website there. I've won top 3 branding experts globally for the last few years. My programs have been identified and won awards in the top branding programs globally. I'm also on Forbes Coaches Council. So if you follow Forbes magazine, which is a big global and magazine out of the US, I'm one of the Forbes Coaches Council. So there's a few of those around and for us, we have been identified as world-class experts and helping people to elevate their businesses and their brands. So working with me, I say, is a little bit like a can opener and a translator. So what does that mean? A can opener as in you've got all this really fantastic stuff inside you. You've got heaps of experience. And I love being able to help people to get all that out. Like I say, I take the lid off the can and it all comes out. And then what I do is I translate. So I'm like a translator, is I take all that and help you to translate it and mold it into a way that helps people understand how to buy you. So whether it's through, blogs or social media or videos or on a stage, stories, whatever it might be, get the translation right. So, because otherwise, sometimes you can feel a bit like, I don't know if people understand how to even buy me, and I feel like I'm, either just vomiting all over them or I'm not saying enough and I don't know where I'm going wrong. So for example, I was recently working with a lady called Deanne, and she had a consulting agency, so it was an engineering company, and she said, I'm just really trying to articulate what it is when we go to work with clients. And she said, I feel like I haven't got the documents that sort of work with that. We don't say a lot on our website, but there are people who need these documents like white papers and proposals and whether it's brochures or a flyer or something like that, that really helps us to give something to them that they could give to someone else that shows what we do, or perhaps even start a conversation to be able to open up and start meetings with people. So we create things like ebooks or short guides to help people to really start to get things in front of people, whether it's for opt-ins and to help people to understand what you do. Now in her case, she had never done anything like that before, but she could see that it was a really big missing piece for her. So we created a white paper for her, and it was all her IP. It was not my IP. My job, when I worked with her, what we did was we worked over a couple of sessions, and I brought my writer, one of our team, with us. We jumped online, it was all done virtually, and what we did was we jumped online, I interviewed her, identified what she was trying to articulate, put together her thought leadership and her modeling behind what she was trying to say, and the writer that worked with us is the writer captured it all. And the beauty of that process is that there's less pressure on the writer, so the writer doesn't have to try and turn into a thought leader and translate as much, but you get to have some space to sound it out, think it through, we capture it, and then it's all written for you. And it's all your words. It's not mine, it's not the writer's. We've captured it in a way that is authentic and real to you. And I find that this is often the challenge. So what I've done is I've put together this program of some marketing and sales collaterals for you so that you can get some help to be able to grow your practice, because I just find these are the things that often are holding people back. They really struggle to find the right words and articulate what they're trying to say, and as a result, they're not having the meetings, they're not able to do the approaches and reach out to people and initiate conversations. The other challenge too is when they go to meetings, they're listening to what client wants, and then they're doing a proposal, and then each proposal takes a day to put together, and next thing that's chewing up so much time. Whereas if we can put together proposal documents that are pre-done, that they can be tweaked, and then you go in with something that's really empowering you to have a great conversation with a client that builds trust. And when you've got trust, you've got speed, and when you've got speed, you've got decisions being made. And instead of you walking out of meetings having to do a whole lot of work, is the decisions are made of when do we start. So, and I find also when I'm working with people is the challenge that they've got is they struggle with, they'll say, I struggle to sell the invisible. How do I articulate what it is that I actually do? How do I stand out from everybody else? Particularly if you're in a space like leadership development or productivity or resilience or any of those spaces is, well, my challenge is that I don't know how to articulate myself. So I go away, do a proposal, and now they say they're going to go and talk to a whole bunch of other people. And now I'm not getting near the value, I'm not getting near the day rate that I would like to be getting. I know I'm worth more than that, but I'm having to now compete with people who are, maybe half the price that you are, and you're struggling now to grow your business. So, and I reckon we can fix that. I reckon we can do much better than that. And I reckon that what we can do is to really pull together these documents, and I facilitate your IP, your thinking. It is you, it's your real authentic thinking, but we just support you to help you to pull it together so that it's not as big a job and it just gets done. Because I don't know about you, I think that if we can just do that, then you can get to go and work with the clients you want to work with. You get to feel a greater sense of conviction and confidence when you're out selling yourself. And when you're out putting yourself out there, you start to really do the work that you were really put on this planet to do. So I'd love to hear from you. Jump on the site, you can read through the documents on this page here, or the copy that's on this page here. And reach out, book in a time. I'd love to have a chat with you and see if it is something that would be helpful for you, because I'd really love to see you succeed and for you to be able to be celebrating growth in your business. So I look forward to speaking with you soon. Bye for now.